Assamese management lesson, Kharkhowa management, the seventh lesson, Mon Korilesan Bakori Matite Don, Devajit Buyan, management and career guru. Before going to the lesson, I am going to talk about what, according to my understanding and my philosophy, are the four most important ingredients for success in any endeavor, and ultimately for peace, freedom, and happiness in life. According to me, success has four quadrants, and every person must strengthen each quadrant for success. They are attitude, skill, knowledge, and hard work. Attitude gives you the ability to look at a glass of water as half full or half empty. The Assamese proverb, Mon Korilesan Bakori Matite Don, deeply emphasizes attitude. Its meaning is simple but powerful. If a person wishes to grow crops even on barren land, he can grow crops and earn wealth from that barren land. But this becomes possible only if you have a positive attitude, the desire to learn skills, knowledge of agriculture, and finally the willingness to work hard in the field. Our grandfathers understood this truth long before modern management books were written. During our school days, they often motivated us by saying, Mon Koril San, Bakori Matite Don. Once you have the right attitude, the other things will follow. There is also another popular saying in Assam used by wise village men to motivate Assamese people to become financially self-sufficient by adopting a positive work culture. When Assam was an independent country, land, raw materials, and natural resources were available with most Assamese families. But many people waited for outsiders to come and work on their land. Those outsiders came from neighboring regions, saw the opportunity of fertile land, and began working hard. Gradually, they became richer than the indigenous landowners. Economics forced many original landowners to sell their land and migrate to towns in search of comfort. To awaken the people and show them reality, another proverb emerged. Tumar barire bagaj anitare korisukarisa. Tumate solaidan dun loisukotatu mon korisa. Now let me tell you a management story. Once a shoe company recruited 2 young MBA graduates and sent them separately to an island to launch their product, shoes and chapals. After 1 week, both returned and submitted their reports to the CEO. The first one said, "There is no scope for the company because nobody on the island wears footwear. Everyone walks barefoot." The second one said, "There is tremendous opportunity. The sky is the limit because nobody here uses footwear. If we launch immediately, we can capture the entire market before competitors arrive." Same island, same situation, same facts, but 2 completely different conclusions, only because of different attitudes. That is how we see the glass, half full or half empty. Once we develop a positive attitude, we must work to acquire knowledge and skill. Knowledge and skill can only be acquired through reading, practicing, and doing work with our own hands. For perfect skill and quality knowledge, one must be focused and dedicated. An Assamese proverb says, "Porhe porhai ruepan, ai tinie nichinte an." This proverb teaches teachers, students, and entrepreneurs that when you study or build a business, you must focus so deeply that all distractions disappear. It is similar to the modern motivational slogan, "Eat cricket, drink cricket, sleep cricket, dream cricket." But remember, bookish knowledge alone is not enough for success. I have many friends who secured top ranks in school and university examinations. At that time, we thought one day they might become like C.V. Raman, Homi J. Bhabha, or Jagadish Chandra Bose, if not like Albert Einstein, Max Planck, or Ernest Rutherford. But today, many of them have disappeared into ordinary professional life. They completed studies like any Tom, Dick, or Harry, and retired from organizations without creating anything remarkable. Similarly, in my childhood, I knew highly skilled craftsmen like Surya Mistry, the carpenter, and Moni Sunari, the goldsmith. They were masters of their trade, but even after 40 to 45 years, their status has remained exactly the same. Why? Because they had skill, but lacked the attitude for growth and never updated their knowledge with modern technology. In contrast, I had another friend, Raju Mechanic. He failed in his matriculation examination and used to repair Fiat and Ambassador cars in a small garage. When Maruti Suzuki entered the market, he traveled to the factory and took training to repair Maruti cars. He upgraded his skills and knowledge. Later, he became an authorized Maruti service provider and gradually expanded his business. Today, he owns a large workshop, employs hundreds of workers and engineers, and earns several lakhs every month. In many ways, he is doing better than those who once topped the board examinations. Why? Because Raju had the right attitude, acquired skill, updated knowledge, and worked hard. Yet there is another important factor for long-term success. That factor is wisdom. Without wisdom, success has no future and may crumble at any moment. Many people achieve success, but success enters their head instead of their heart. They believe the world is at their feet and soon lose everything. They had attitude, skill, knowledge, and hard work, yet they failed. Why? Because they lacked wisdom. Most of us have read the famous story of the lion maker Brahmins from the Panchatantra. Long ago, 4 Brahmins studied together. One learned how to assemble skeletons of dead animals. Another learned how to add skin, flesh, and blood. The third learned how to give life to the dead animal. The fourth learned nothing except wisdom. On their return journey, they found the bones of a dead lion in the jungle. The first assembled the skeleton. The second added flesh and blood. The third was ready to bring the lion to life. The fourth friend warned them, "Do not revive a lion. It will kill us." But they ignored him. So the wise friend quietly climbed a nearby tree. When the lion came alive, it immediately killed the 3 scholars. After the lion left, the wise friend climbed down and returned home safely. Thus the proverb says, scholarship is less important than sense. Seek knowledge and skill, but always with wisdom. In life, opportunities come again and again, but you must recognize and seize them with a positive attitude. As another Assamese proverb says, Kabo janile chali chira, bohibo janile matia pira. In the end, how you interpret the glass, half full or half empty, is the attitude that determines your success. If you want,